I'd like to start this update for Wednesday, the 26th of January 2022, with a few words about telehealth consultations. At Walker Street Doctors, we've invested heavily over the last couple of years in the resources, the infrastructure, and the training required to continue with video telehealth consultations well after this pandemic is over. It's become increasingly evident to me in recent weeks that we are unusual in this regard for general practices in this area, and that there are a number of other practices who are continuing to use telephone consultations rather than video telehealth consultations. There are also a few lingering patients who continue to request telephone consultations and refuse to even try to use the video. The beauty about the way that we've set things up for you in conjunction with our hot dog bookings and appointment system is that it's very, very intuitive. There are really only two things to remember. Don't panic, and if in doubt, click the green button. Once the appointment's made, there are three ways that you can join the consultation. Number one, you'll be sent an email shortly after the booking's made, which has a green button to click to start the video consult at the time of the appointment. Number two, the HotDoc app on your phone, if you have it, has an appointments button or an appointments tab and a green button to start the video consult at the scheduled time. Number three, at the time that your doctor logs in for your appointment, you'll receive an SMS notification on your phone with, you guessed it, a green button to click. And there's now also a second green button to join meeting to get things started. We get a lot of information from non-verbal communication, and video and telephone consultations are just not the same in this regard. Quite apart from that, Medicare won't rebate some consultations that are done by phone, but it will if it's a video consultation. We actually don't care if you haven't got makeup on, or if you're having a bad hair day, or you're still in your PJs, or you've gained 10 kilos, or your acne is really bad today. We actually really just don't care. We've seen it all before. We would really prefer it though if you weren't running to catch a train during your consultation. We would prefer that you don't have to use code about your problems down there because you're on a crowded bus during your consultation. We would really prefer that you weren't driving while having a consultation with us, definitely not safe. We would prefer that you weren't taking a walk at the same time as having a video consultation. That really makes us feel seasick. And if it's a windy day, we can't actually hear you. And we would really prefer that you didn't schedule another meeting at the same time as your consultation because you're likely to be a bit distracted. And let's face it, multitasking doesn't work anyway. And just in case you think I'm making this stuff up, sadly, I'm not. You can get much better value out of your telehealth appointment if you make sure that at the time of your appointment you're in a quiet room or have earbuds or earphones to help, that you're alone, or at least declare to the doctor who can overhear the consultation or is in the same room but not on camera. Having a pencil and paper to make notes or an electric notebook handy to make notes about particular medications, resources or strategies can increase the value of the consultation for you. If the issue is a skin issue or any other issue where a photograph would be helpful to convey the story, please do take a high-resolution photograph of the affected area and email it to us well ahead of the appointment time to reception@walkerstreetdoctors.com.au so that the issue can be dealt with at the time of the consultation, and so that we don't then have to find more time in our day to go back to the photograph when it arrives and then try and find more time to get back to you. This is just actually frustrating for everyone. If the consultation is about problems down there and you would really rather not email an intimate photograph, which I completely get, please do get a mirror out. Take a look and be ready to explain your symptoms and any other details which are visible on self-inspection. Look up the anatomy of the area if you need to, so that you can adequately describe how it is for you. If you have a home blood pressure monitor, please take your BP ahead of the consultation. If you've made a consultation for a sick child, please make sure that we can see them during the consult. The colour of their skin, their demeanour, their work of breathing. If you think that your child might need medication, weigh them prior to the consultation so that you have that information on hand. If you've gained weight and want to talk about weight loss, weigh yourself ahead of time. If you're taking a particular medication, have it on hand at the time of the consult so you can tell us what it is. If you have results ordered by another doctor, have them on hand at the time of the consult. If you need a particular form filled out by us, email it to us well ahead of the time of the consult so that it's available so that we can discuss it. If you want to be referred to a specialist or a physio, please have their details, including their name, on hand at the time of the consultation. You get the gist. If you're organised and plan ahead, you'll get the most value out of the consultation. After the consultation, please be aware that our receptionist will be calling you for payment and will arrange for you to get a Medicare rebate directly. If you just need a repeat prescription or repeat referral, it's appropriate to request this through the script or referral button on our website or on the HotDoc app. Please put in the name of the medication with the correct spelling and the dosage. And this will cost you $20. And it's a much more efficient way of doing it than calling our reception team for a script or a referral if it's a repeat. And either way, it will still cost you $20 if you're not requesting those during a consultation. It's not really an appropriate way to ask us for painkillers or sedatives. And it's also not an appropriate way to ask for a new referral to a new specialist for a new problem. It's much better to book a telehealth appointment for these sorts of things. And mental health care plans need a consult also because it's the Medicare item number which triggers the rebate with the psychologist. And I do hope that this update has been helpful.